The night unfolds slowly over Batumi, and you find yourself standing on the edge of the Batumi Boulevard, where the Black Sea meets the soft glow of the city lights. The air is gentle, filled with a subtle mix of salt, pine, and fresh sea breeze. Each breath feels clean, cool, and calming. The rhythmic sound of waves rolling onto the shore creates a natural pulse, perfectly synchronized with your heartbeat. You begin to walk slowly along the promenade, the faint shimmer of street lamps reflecting on wet cobblestones, forming long trails of golden light. Your footsteps are soft, unhurried, and deliberate. The waves beside you rise and fall, whispering their timeless melody. The distant lights from anchored ships flicker faintly on the horizon, appearing and disappearing like quiet stars resting on the water's surface. You pause for a moment, close your eyes, and allow the sounds of the night to flow through you. The sea's rhythm, the distant hum of the city, and the faint rustle of palm trees swaying in the wind. The promenade is peaceful at this hour. The sculptures and modern installations that line the path, like the Ali and Nino statue, slowly turning in a gentle embrace, move silently, almost dreamlike. You watch their motion for a while, the slow rotation perfectly matching your deep, relaxed breathing. The soft metallic reflections from the sculpture shimmer under the lamplight, symbolizing an eternal dance of unity and separation. You continue walking, passing quiet cafes where faint music hums in the background. The smell of coffee, salt water, and distant citrus trees blends into a soothing scent. The air feels light and soft against your skin. As you walk further, the sound of your footsteps and the waves merge into one continuous rhythm, guiding your mind deeper into calm. The night is cool but not cold. It wraps around you like a soft blanket. The stars above Batumi shimmer faintly through thin clouds, while the reflections of lights on the Black Sea create a hypnotic motion, a perfect balance between stillness and flow. Each breath releases tension. Each step grounds you further in the present moment. You stop near the shore, listening to the gentle hiss of retreating waves. The world feels far away, all noise, all urgency dissolved into the sound of the sea. The calm rhythm of Batumi's night becomes your rhythm too, slow, balanced, and peaceful. You take another deep breath, feeling tranquility filling every corner of your mind. The city behind you glows softly. The ocean in front of you whispers endlessly, both forming a perfect harmony of light, sound, and serenity. From the quiet promenade, your path leads toward the Batumi lighthouse, where the night feels deeper and more intimate. The distant hum of waves softens as you step closer to the old lighthouse, its beams slowly circling the sea, casting a ribbon of pale gold across the water. The light moves rhythmically, steady and calm, a silent guide in the dark. The air smells faintly of sea salt and warm stone, carrying a quiet comfort that makes you slow your pace even more. Each step you take along the gravel path feels deliberate and grounding. The surface crunches softly beneath your feet, echoing gently through the still air. A breeze moves through the pine trees nearby, creating a soft, rustling whisper that joins the music of the night. You pause near the lighthouse fence, resting your hands on the cool metal railing. The sea stretches before you, vast, calm, infinite. The rhythmic sound of waves becomes slower, lower, more melodic. You close your eyes. The rotating beam of light passes over you every few seconds, like a slow, warm heartbeat of the night. The gentle hum of the machinery blends with the ocean's sound, forming a deep, soothing pulse. In this rhythm, time feels suspended. There's only the light, the sea, and your steady breathing. The world around you softens. The flickering reflections on the water, the whisper of the breeze, the faint sound of footsteps far away. Everything melts into a tranquil background. The lighthouse feels alive yet peaceful, like a quiet guardian of dreams. As you sit on a low stone wall nearby, the cool surface beneath you balances the gentle warmth of the night air. The sea breeze brushes against your face, steady and calming. You inhale deeply, feeling the salt air filling your lungs, and exhale slowly, letting go of any tension left inside you. In this stillness, Batumi feels timeless. The gentle beam of the lighthouse continues its eternal motion, circling slowly, marking each passing second with serenity. The sound of the ocean softens your thoughts until they dissolve completely. The night becomes one continuous breath, long, deep, peaceful. The lighthouse stands unwavering, a quiet reminder that even in the darkness, there is always calm, steady light guiding you gently home and toward sleep. You leave the lighthouse behind, walking slowly toward the heart of the old town of Batumi. The cobblestone streets glisten under the soft light of ornate lamps, their golden halos stretching into the quiet night. The old buildings around you seem to breathe, pastel-colored facades, wrought iron balconies, and faint traces of sea breeze curling around every corner. There's a timeless calm in these streets, a sense that each stone remembers centuries of footsteps, laughter, and whispers carried by the wind. As you walk deeper into the old quarter, a gentle mist settles, blurring the distant edges of the street. Somewhere far away, a violin plays softly, a melancholic yet comforting tune drifting out from a hidden cafe. The sound wraps around you like a silk ribbon, carrying with it the scent of coffee and baked bread. You pause for a moment near a small fountain, its steady trickle blending perfectly with the music and the sea's faint rhythm in the background. You take a seat on a wooden bench nearby, the surface slightly cool against your palms. The faint hum of distant conversation and the sound of waves meeting the shore blend into one seamless soundscape. You look up. The night sky above Batumi glows softly, framed by the outlines of old architecture and palm trees swaying lazily. The gentle flicker of candlelight from a nearby cafe window dances across the cobblestones. Breathing in deeply, you take in the scent of orange blossoms, salt, and rain-washed air. The mixture is uniquely Batumi, fresh yet nostalgic. The old city feels alive but unhurried, moving at a rhythm that invites you to slow down with it. You trace your fingers along the smooth stones of the bench, grounding yourself in the moment. Each small detail, the echo of your breath, the warmth of the night, the distant violin, becomes a thread in a soft, endless lullaby. You continue walking, turning a corner onto a narrow street lined with ivy-covered walls. The streetlights above you form a delicate path of gold leading toward the Piazza Square, one of Batumi's hidden gems. When you arrive, the square opens up like a secret garden, quiet, spacious, lit by a warm amber glow. The mosaics on the ground glimmer faintly, and the faint breeze carries the sound of a distant clock tower chime. You sit at the center, surrounded by soft light and silence, feeling time dissolve completely. Here everything is still. The air, the sound, even your thoughts seem to rest. Batumi feels like it's holding you gently, whispering to your tired mind, "You can let go now." Let your shoulders loosen, your breath slow down. There's nowhere to go, nothing to do, just this calm, steady rhythm of the night. When you rise again, you begin to walk toward the Europe Square, guided by the faint hum of the city and the sound of your own soft footsteps. The cobblestones glisten under the moonlight as you move past elegant facades and quiet terraces. The statue of Medea, holding the golden fleece high against the night sky, comes into view, a silent symbol of Batumi's connection between myth and sea. The square feels almost sacred at this hour, filled with the quiet echo of history, art, and the sea's eternal presence. You stand there for a while, looking up at the statue. The golden surface reflects the moonlight, shimmering like a heartbeat suspended in the air. The breeze passes gently through the square, carrying faint traces of the sea and flowers from nearby gardens. The marble beneath your feet feels smooth, cool, and grounding. You inhale deeply, and as you do, the scent of jasmine drifts softly across the air, delicate and sweet. The square is surrounded by graceful European-style buildings, their soft yellow lights glowing through tall windows. Somewhere, a clock ticks quietly, slow, even, steady. Its rhythm blends with your breathing. You begin to walk slowly again, following the curve of the fountain at the center. The water sparkles faintly under the lights, each droplet falling like a tiny crystal into the calm pool below. The sound of the water forms a rhythm that feels hypnotic, guiding you deeper into serenity. You sit down beside the fountain, tracing the rim with your fingertips. The stone feels smooth and slightly cool. The reflection of the statue ripples gently in the water, a golden figure floating in liquid moonlight. You close your eyes and listen. The fountain's soft splashing joins the faraway hum of the sea breeze. Together, they create the perfect harmony for rest. For a moment, you imagine yourself dissolving into that sound, becoming part of the rhythm of the city. The air grows softer, the sounds fade, and your body feels lighter. Each breath becomes slower, deeper, more peaceful. You sense the pulse of the city slowing to match your own, until both move in perfect balance. The night continues quietly around you. Somewhere nearby, the faint scent of fresh pastries drifts from a bakery preparing for the morning. The world feels safe, calm, and full of quiet beauty. The only thing that matters now is the gentle sound of water, the cool air, and the steady rhythm of your breathing. As you rise to continue your walk, you glance back once more at the statue of Medea. The golden glow reflects off the fountain, forming a trail of light that guides your next steps. The city is whispering softly now, almost like a lullaby, carrying you forward through the gentle rhythm of Batumi's endless night. You continue your walk through Batumi Boulevard, where the sound of the waves never stops whispering in the distance. The path is wide and smooth beneath your feet, lined with palm trees whose shadows sway gently in the moonlight. Each leaf moves with the slow rhythm of the sea breeze, creating a natural lullaby that seems to move in perfect harmony with your heartbeat. The lights from the nearby hotels shimmer faintly on the horizon, yet they never disturb the calm. Instead, they create a warm glow that wraps the night in gold. As you walk, you hear the soft hum of bicycles passing by, their wheels cutting gently through the night air. Laughter from a distant group fades softly into silence. You breathe in deeply. The ocean air feels cool and pure, carrying with it a faint sweetness from blooming flowers that grow near the edge of the promenade. Somewhere, far in the distance, you hear the gentle echo of a saxophone playing a slow, dreamy melody. It's faint, yet it feels as if the sound has been placed there just for you, guiding your thoughts towards stillness. The Alphabet Tower begins to appear ahead, rising gracefully into the night sky like a spiral of light. Its unique shape glows softly with illuminated Georgian letters, symbols that seem to float in midair. The tower's glow reflects off the sea, forming long ripples of silver and blue across the dark water. You stop for a moment, your gaze tracing the letters that spiral upward. The structure feels both modern and timeless, a reminder of language, identity, and the stories that shape the land. You take another slow breath. The air feels heavier here, full of quiet meaning and the echo of waves. You sit on a nearby bench, letting your body relax completely. The bench is slightly cool, grounding you in the present. The rhythmic pattern of light on the tower pulses softly, almost like a slow heartbeat in the sky. You match your breathing to it. Inhale as the light brightens, exhale as it fades. Slowly, your mind begins to drift. The waves, the light, the faint music in the distance, everything merges into a single soft melody. You close your eyes. Behind your eyelids, the city continues to glow, each flicker of light a whisper of peace. You feel as though you're floating, your body weightless, your thoughts dissolving. The cool air brushes against your face, carrying the scent of pine, salt, and night-blooming flowers. The sound of the sea is a constant presence now, steady and deep. You feel yourself becoming part of that sound, as if your breath is one of its waves, gently rising and falling. The world feels vast and endless, but at the same time safe and small. Every detail, the texture of the bench, the hum of the air, the distant glow of the tower, holds you softly in the present moment. You open your eyes, and the sea stretches out before you, glistening under the moonlight. The stars above Batumi shimmer faintly, their light rippling across the horizon. You smile faintly, your body loose and calm, your mind resting in complete stillness. Your walk takes you further down the boulevard, where the sounds of the city begin to fade completely. The botanical garden lies ahead, a sanctuary of green spread across the cliffs overlooking the Black Sea. The entrance is quiet, the air thick with the scent of wet leaves and earth. You begin to climb the gentle slope, the gravel path crunching lightly beneath your shoes. Each step feels slower now, more deliberate, as if time itself has stretched to match your calm rhythm. The trees rise tall on either side, their branches creating a soft canopy above. Moonlight filters through the leaves, forming delicate patterns on the ground. You pause for a moment to listen. The sound of the sea below, the whisper of the wind through bamboo and palms, the occasional chirp of a night bird hidden somewhere in the distance. Every sound feels clear and perfectly placed, forming a quiet symphony that calms your mind. As you move deeper into the garden, you come across a wooden bridge that crosses a small stream. The water moves gently, reflecting bits of silver light. You lean on the railing, feeling the cool, smooth wood under your hands. The sound of water flowing beneath you is soft and rhythmic, like the city's heartbeat slowed down. You breathe deeply, the air cool and filled with the fragrance of wet moss and distant flowers. For a long moment you simply stay there, breathing, listening, existing. Further along the path, you discover a lookout point that opens toward the vast sea below. The view is breathtaking. The horizon stretches endlessly, the waves glowing faintly under the moonlight. The wind brushes softly against your face, carrying a hint of salt. You sit on a nearby bench, letting the sound of the sea below lull you into stillness. It feels as if the entire world is breathing with you. Slow, deep, peaceful. The garden around you hums with quiet life. The leaves rustle, the branches sway, the waves crash gently in the distance. Every motion is slow, intentional, and serene. You close your eyes once again, feeling the earth beneath your feet, the air around your skin, and the rhythm of the sea inside your chest. You let go of all thought, all memory, all sound except the calm breath of the night. The world has no edges here. The city below is just a soft glow, the sky above a vast, endless calm. Every sound is a whisper of peace, every breeze a gentle touch of comfort. You sit in silence, allowing the night to cradle you, until even your heartbeat feels like part of the wind. You rise slowly from the bench, feeling calm and light, as if the earth itself is carrying your steps. The path through the Batumi Botanical Garden curves gently along the hillside, opening into a space where the trees thin out and the moonlight shines freely. The faint silver light touches the leaves, the stones, and your skin. Everything seems to glow softly, alive yet quiet. You can hear the steady hum of the Black Sea below, its rhythm unbroken, timeless. You follow the sound. Each step takes you deeper into stillness. The smell of the sea grows stronger now, mingling with the aroma of pine and wet soil. The breeze carries distant echoes from the city, faint and harmless, a reminder of life continuing quietly below. But here, high above the shore, there's only calm. The world feels lighter, as if gravity itself has softened to let you drift. You find a narrow trail that leads toward the cliffside viewpoint. The trail is lined with low shrubs and ferns that sway gently as you pass. The wooden handrail beside you feels cool to the touch, damp from the night mist. The faint crunch of gravel under your shoes blends with the slow, endless rhythm of the waves. You move carefully, breathing deeply, the air tasting faintly of salt and earth. When you reach the edge, the view takes your breath away. Below, the Black Sea stretches endlessly, its surface gleaming like liquid glass beneath the moon. The coastline curves softly toward the distant lights of the city, glowing faintly against the horizon. The sound of waves rises up the cliffs, a deep, soothing pulse that you can feel through your body. You sit on a smooth rock, watching the endless motion below. The stars above Batumi shimmer clearly now. Each one flickers gently, reflected in the dark water. You close your eyes, imagining yourself floating between the two, suspended between sky and sea, light and dark. The world narrows to a single sensation, your breath slow and steady, in perfect rhythm with the waves. The sound fills your chest, moves through your veins, and quiets your mind completely. The minutes pass without notice. The sea breathes, and so do you. The night holds you gently, weightless, like a lullaby sung by the wind. Somewhere behind you, a tree creaks softly, and the leaves rustle like whispers. You imagine the city sleeping, lights fading, sounds growing still. Everything around you feels balanced, peaceful, infinite. When you finally open your eyes again, the moon has risen higher, its reflection a long, trembling path of silver across the sea. You trace it with your eyes, following it to the horizon, where the darkness begins to blur into dawn. You smile faintly, a soft, sleepy smile that feels like a secret between you and the night. The wind touches your face once more, cool and tender, and you whisper to yourself, barely aloud, "Everything is okay." You rise and begin your slow walk back down the path. Each step feels lighter, almost like floating. The night carries you gently, and every sound, every breath, every movement feels wrapped in softness. The world seems to hum quietly around you, a song that belongs to peace and to sleep. As you leave the garden and return to the seaside promenade, the city of Batumi greets you once more, softly like a friend whispering good night. The faint hum of the city blends with the low, rolling song of the waves. The air feels slightly warmer now, touched by the sea's breath. The lights from nearby hotels shimmer in golden lines along the water, forming reflections that dance gently with each ripple. You follow the path back toward the Ferris wheel, its slow rotation illuminated by soft, colorful lights that glow like jewels against the night sky. Each car moves silently, its motion so smooth it looks almost still. The lights shift from blue to pink to gold and back again, slow, graceful, hypnotic. You stop nearby, gazing upward, feeling your breath match its rhythm. Inhale as it rises, exhale as it turns. Time slows until it feels like the whole world moves with the same breath as you. Behind the Ferris wheel, the Batumi Tower stands tall and elegant, its structure sparkling faintly like a lighthouse of glass. A soft wind moves through the open square, brushing against your skin. You can hear the waves from here, faint but steady like the beating of a distant drum. The sound blends with the quiet buzz of city life. Footsteps, laughter, the soft clink of glasses from a distant cafe. It all merges into one soothing hum, a sound that feels alive but never loud. You walk toward the pier. The wooden boards creak lightly under your steps, each sound echoing softly into the night. The air smells of salt and driftwood, of the sea meeting land. You lean against the railing, looking out over the dark water. The reflection of the Ferris wheel glimmers below, a perfect circle of light floating and trembling on the waves. You breathe in deeply, feeling calm seep through your body like warmth spreading through cool water. The breeze touches your face, brushes your hair, whispers across your skin. You close your eyes for a moment and let the wind speak to you. It carries stories from the sea, tales of faraway places, of storms and stillness, of endless motion and peace. The night around you feels vast but comforting. The hum of the city fades again, replaced by the slow, steady rhythm of the sea. You stand there for a long time, doing nothing but breathing, listening, existing. The lights blur softly through your eyelashes. The water sparkles faintly, and the air feels lighter with every breath. Somewhere behind you, a clock chimes quietly. 1, 2, 3, reminding you that time is still moving, though it no longer matters. You smile to yourself, content, calm, whole. The world is vast, the sea eternal, and in this small, perfect moment, everything feels at peace. From above, Batumi looks like a shimmering jewel resting on the edge of the Black Sea. The city stretches along the coastline, its skyline curving gently with the rhythm of the waves. The turquoise water glows under the morning sun, and the mountains rise behind it like guardians watching over the city. This perfect balance of sea and mountain gives Batumi a harmony that feels both natural and poetic. As dawn breaks, the city slowly wakes up. Fishing boats return to the harbor with the first catch of the day. Their reflections dance on the still surface of the water, broken only by the ripples of passing gulls. The aroma of freshly baked khachapuri fills the air as cafes open their doors. Locals greet each other warmly. Tourists take slow, curious steps along the boulevard. The morning light paints everything gold: the palm trees, the glass towers, even the cobblestones. The Batumi Boulevard is the heart of the city, an endless ribbon that runs beside the sea. Cyclists, joggers, and artists share the space with couples walking hand in hand. Sculptures, fountains, and exotic gardens line the path, creating an outdoor gallery that feels alive. The breeze from the sea carries laughter, music, and the distant hum of the Ferris wheel turning lazily near the shore. Every step here feels like walking through a living postcard. In the distance, the Alphabet Tower glimmers like a silver spiral. It stands as a proud tribute to the Georgian script, one of the most unique alphabets in the world. Nearby, the Cha-Cha Tower reflects the old traditions of Georgia with a modern twist. As sunlight catches the mirrored surfaces of skyscrapers, The city becomes a canvas of light and reflection. Batumi's architecture tells its story, ancient culture meeting bold modern design. As the day progresses, Batumi's energy grows. Street vendors offer sweet churchkela and freshly cut fruit. Musicians play soft melodies near fountains. Children run through water jets, laughing under the warm sun. Behind them, construction cranes rise, proof that Batumi is a city constantly evolving. Yet despite its modern face, it never forgets its roots. The old districts still hold narrow alleys, pastel-colored balconies, and the faint sound of church bells echoing from the hills. From the harbor, the scent of salt and diesel mixes with roasted coffee. Ferries glide quietly along the horizon, while small yachts leave ripples that catch the afternoon light. Seagulls circle above, their cries blending with the city's hum. Standing by the sea wall, you can watch the endless horizon, where the blue of the sky meets the deeper blue of the sea. In that line, Batumi seems to exist halfway between earth and dream. The city's rhythm is gentle yet unstoppable. It's a place where modern life meets the serenity of nature. People live slowly but dream big. Whether you're standing in the center of the boulevard or gazing from a mountain viewpoint, you can feel Batumi's pulse. Calm, confident, and full of promise. As evening approaches, the air becomes softer, and the light takes on a honey-colored glow. Locals gather at seaside cafes, clinking glasses and laughing as the waves roll in. Somewhere in the distance, a saxophone starts to play, and the city's night begins to stretch its wings. Batumi is more than just a city. It's a living poem written between the sea and the sky. The sun begins its slow descent toward the horizon, casting long shadows across Batumi's streets. The warmth of the day softens, and a gentle amber glow spills over the city. You can feel it on your skin, that tender touch of light that seems to quiet everything around you. The waves shimmer gold, and every surface, the glass towers, the palm leaves, the bronze statues, glows with a hue of calm. The city exhales. You walk again along Batumi Boulevard, now calmer than before. The families have gone home, the joggers have stopped, and what remains is peace. The scent of jasmine floats through the air, mixed with a faint trace of salt from the sea. The waves roll in softly, their sound rhythmic, steady, almost hypnotic. Each one seems to whisper, "Slow down." The world feels suspended, and for a moment time doesn't matter. You pause by the Ali and Nino statue, one of Batumi's most poetic landmarks. Two towering metal figures, a man and a woman, slowly move toward each other, merge into one, and then part again. Their story of love divided by religion and war repeats endlessly. It's mesmerizing to watch, especially as the setting sun turns their steel bodies to gold. Around you, people stand quietly watching. It's not just a sculpture, it's a heartbeat, a rhythm that echoes the pulse of the city. A little farther along the promenade, the Batumi Lighthouse stands watch at the edge of the harbor. The soft beam of light cuts through the dimming sky. Boats return to shore, their engines humming like distant lullabies. You sit on a nearby bench and feel the wind brush your face. The temperature drops slightly. The world feels wrapped in silk. A couple walks past, laughing softly. A street dog stretches lazily before curling up under a palm tree. Everything slows. As twilight deepens, the piazza square comes alive with music. You can hear the faint echo of a piano through the narrow streets, joined by a gentle voice singing in Georgian. Cafe lights flicker on one by one, creating a warm glow against the cobblestones. You step into the square, surrounded by elegant architecture, a mix of Venetian arches and local charm. The air smells like roasted coffee and baked bread. A waiter passes by with glasses of amber wine that catch the lamplight like liquid fire. Nearby, the Europe Square begins to shimmer as the statue of Medea glows beneath spotlights. The sound of laughter and quiet conversation fills the open air. Travelers and locals sit side by side, soaking in the serenity. It's the kind of moment where you realize that peace doesn't have to mean silence. It can mean harmony. The chatter, the music, the clinking of cups, all blending together into something soothing. You stroll further, past small art galleries and souvenir stalls. Artists display paintings of Batumi sunsets, each trying to capture the impossible, that perfect moment when the sun meets the sea. You watch one painter at work, his brush moving gently, his expression focused yet calm. Behind him, the sky turns violet, and a single star appears above the water. The first promise of night. The lights of the Batumi Ferris will begin to spin slowly, its colors reflecting in the gentle ripples below. Children's laughter rises and fades in the distance. Somewhere, a street violinist begins to play a soft, haunting melody. The tune drifts through the warm air, weaving between the palms and into the hearts of everyone nearby. You find yourself swaying slightly, in rhythm with the city's heartbeat. As night fully descends, the skyline transforms. Towers sparkle like constellations. The Alphabet Tower glows silver blue, and the dark sea mirrors every light. It's as if the stars have come down to rest on the water's surface. The air smells of rain and salt, clean and alive. You close your eyes for a moment and just listen. To the sea, to the city, to the whisper of the wind through the palm trees. In that moment, you realize that Batumi isn't just a place. It's a feeling. A lullaby sung by waves and wind. A promise that beauty can be calm, and calm can be infinite. The night in Batumi unfolds slowly, like a silk curtain being drawn open to reveal something intimate and calm. The hum of the city has quieted, replaced by the soft symphony of waves meeting the shore. You can hear it, the gentle rhythm of the Black Sea, steady and patient, as if it's breathing with you. The breeze brushes against your face, cool and slightly scented with salt and rain. The day's warmth lingers faintly, wrapping the city in a soft embrace. You begin walking again, barefoot now, feeling the smooth tiles of the promenade under your feet. The lights shimmer in puddles left by the sea mist. Reflections of gold, blue, and pink stretch across the wet pavement, blending with the ripples of the water. The Alphabet Tower glows nearby, its silver frame standing tall like a lighthouse of language, a celebration of Georgia's proud heritage. It spins slowly, catching moonlight, each curve shining like poetry carved into metal. Farther ahead, the Ferris wheel continues its slow, dreamy rotation. Each cabin glows gently, carrying quiet voices high above the city. From the top, you imagine the view, the sea stretching endlessly, the city lights glittering like stars, and the mountains forming dark, graceful silhouettes beyond. It feels eternal, like time has paused just for you to breathe it all in. Near the harbor, boats sway gently against the docks. The ropes creak softly. The water laps against the hulls. A fisherman hums an old tune, his voice low and soothing. Somewhere, a bell rings faintly, maybe from the port, maybe from a distant church. The sound fades into the wind. Everything in Batumi at night seems to exist in harmony. The sea, the lights, the people, even the silence. You pass by a small cafe that's still open. Inside, a few people sit quietly with steaming cups of tea. The warm yellow glow spills out onto the street, making the air shimmer. You step closer, drawn by the smell of black tea and honey. The waiter smiles and gestures for you to come in, but you only nod politely, choosing to stay outside and listen to the night instead. There's comfort in simply being here. The cobblestone streets of the old town feel alive even in their stillness. The pastel walls, the ivy-covered balconies, the flicker of candlelight behind lace curtains, they whisper stories from long ago. You imagine the laughter of sailors, the chatter of merchants, the soft songs of lovers who once walked these same streets. Every stone holds a memory, every shadow a trace of someone's dream. You continue toward the hills, where the lights fade and the sounds grow fainter. The scent of pine begins to mix with the sea air. From up here, Batumi below looks like a constellation scattered across the dark earth. The Ferris wheel, the boulevard, the tall towers glowing against the Black Sea. It's breathtaking and at the same time peaceful beyond words. The night deepens. The moon hangs above the water, large and luminous, and the city seems to exhale. You sit on a rock, gazing at the horizon, and let your thoughts drift. Maybe you think of distant places, or maybe of nothing at all. The waves move in and out, a slow, infinite rhythm. The sound is almost hypnotic. In this stillness, Batumi feels like it belongs to another world, a dream made of light, water, and memory. You breathe in the cool air, and for a brief moment you are completely weightless. The city sleeps, but you are wide awake within its calm pulse. Somewhere behind you a cat crosses the path. The wind rustles the palm trees, and the Ferris wheel lights continue their silent rotation. You close your eyes and listen again, to the heartbeat of the sea, to the whisper of the night. Everything feels at peace. And slowly, softly you begin to drift too. The night begins to fade with the gentlest of gestures, not a sudden shift, but a slow awakening. The stars retreat one by one, melting into a canvas of soft indigo. You can sense it before you see it, the world holding its breath, waiting for the light. The Black Sea, once a mirror of the night sky, begins to shimmer with silver ripples. The first touch of dawn brushes across the horizon, delicate as a sigh. You're still sitting by the shore, wrapped in the quiet rhythm of the waves. The air is cool, almost damp, carrying the scent of salt and pine. Somewhere behind you the city stirs. A door creaks open, a kettle whistles, a bird calls out from a palm tree. The world is stretching, awakening softly. Batumi, once glowing with night lights, now glows with the promise of morning. You rise and walk slowly along the boulevard, now bathed in pale gold. The lamps still glow faintly, fading in the growing daylight. Joggers begin to appear, silent silhouettes moving with steady breaths. Street cleaners sweep the tiles, humming to themselves. The cafes start to open again. Chairs are set outside, flowers watered, cups clinked. The city renews itself every morning, and this is its most peaceful hour, between dreams and reality. As you approach the Ali and Nino statue again, it feels different in the morning light. Their figures gleam like liquid silver, still dancing their endless story of love and loss. The sea behind them looks infinite, calm, endless, kind. You stop and breathe deeply. The sound of the waves, the smell of coffee, the distant laughter of a cyclist, everything blends into one soothing hum. It's as if Batumi itself is whispering good morning. Further down, you reach the fountain square, where the water jets sparkle under the rising sun. A few children run through the mist, their laughter echoing through the empty streets. The air feels fresh and alive. Across from the square, an old man opens a tiny bakery. The scent of warm bread and melted cheese fills the air, khachapuri, golden and fragrant. You buy one, take a bite, and the taste of butter, cheese, and soft dough becomes the flavor of morning itself. You keep walking toward the port, where fishing boats are preparing to leave. The fishermen move with quiet precision, ropes coiling, nets being lowered. Seagulls gather, calling out to each other in the soft light. The sun finally breaks free from the horizon, a bright golden disk rising from the sea. It paints everything with a warm glow: the masts, the rooftops, the glass towers in the distance. The whole city turns to light. On your left, the Alphabet Tower catches the sunrise. The metal spirals shimmer, each Georgian letter gleaming in bronze. The tower looks like it's waking too, proud and graceful against the morning sky. Nearby, the Batumi lighthouse stands firm, its white surface glowing softly. Waves crash gently against the rocks below. A new day has begun, but it feels as if time is still moving slowly, carefully, as though it doesn't want to disturb the peace. You stop for a moment, leaning on the rail near the harbor. The wind carries the hum of a distant train, the scent of fresh oranges from a nearby stall, and the faint melody of an accordion. The music feels nostalgic, as if it belongs to another century, yet perfectly suited for this sunrise. The sea stretches endlessly before you, the waves repeating their quiet promise. I am here, always. You take another deep breath. The light warms your face. Somewhere, bells begin to ring, marking the arrival of morning. The city awakens completely now. Cars hum in the distance, people speak softly on their phones, and cafes fill with the sound of cups and laughter. Yet, despite this quiet movement, Batumi never loses its gentleness. It's a city that knows how to wake softly, like someone turning over in their sleep. As the sun rises higher, the reflections on the water become dazzling. You squint against the light and smile. It's a new day, but somehow it feels like the dream hasn't ended. Maybe in Batumi it never really does. The sun is now fully awake, bathing Batumi in a cascade of warm, golden light. The sky above is clear, stretching endlessly in a shade of soft blue that feels like freedom itself. The sea sparkles with tiny diamonds, each wave reflecting the morning sun. The air hums quietly, the kind of sound only early hours in a seaside city can make, a blend of seagulls, laughter, footsteps, and the distant clinking of dishes from open cafes. You wander through the Batumi Boulevard, now alive but still calm. Cyclists glide by, their tires whispering across the smooth path. A young couple takes photos beneath the palm trees, while a small group of elderly men play chess at a table, their laughter deep and warm. A woman selling flowers arranges her roses into neat bundles, their scent mixing with the sea breeze. The day feels soft, bright, and endlessly gentle. Further along, you notice the dancing fountain in the lake beginning to stir. Music plays faintly through hidden speakers, a slow, classical tune that feels like sunlight translated into sound. Water jets rise and fall gracefully, catching rainbows in the air. You stand for a while, just watching the light move across the ripples. It feels impossible to be stressed here. The rhythm of Batumi seems designed to calm the heart. Beyond the fountain, the Batumi Botanical Garden waits like a green dream spread across the hills. You take the winding road upward, where the scent of eucalyptus and magnolia grows stronger with each step. The path curves through tunnels of trees, their leaves shimmering in the morning sun. The sound of cicadas fills the air, steady, soothing, ancient. You stop occasionally to look back at the city below. From here, Batumi glows like a living jewel, framed by the deep blue of the Black Sea. Inside the garden, the world feels suspended. Bamboo groves sway gently, palm fronds wave lazily, and colorful flowers spill over the stone paths. Butterflies dance in the light, and the sound of distant waves reaches even here, blending with birdsong. You sit on a bench overlooking the coast and breathe deeply. The air feels pure, full of salt, sun, and something timeless. Small path leads you to a viewpoint. You can see everything. The curve of the coastline, the quiet harbor, the silver towers, and the faraway hills disappearing into mist. The view feels infinite, and yet so close that you could almost touch it. For a moment you close your eyes. The warmth of the sun rests on your face, and a thought floats gently through your mind. How peaceful life can be when you let it move slowly. As you descend back toward the city, the streets are now fully awake. Vendors sell fruit from wooden carts, peaches, grapes, and figs glowing under the sun. The smell of roasted corn and sweet pastries fills the air. Music drifts from open windows. Soft jazz, old Georgian folk songs, something modern mixed in between. Every sound becomes part of Batumi's morning melody. Calm, warm, familiar. The light is now brighter, but still soft enough to make the city feel gentle. You walk past murals painted on walls, colorful and bold, showing waves, mountains, and faces of smiling people. Children run through the park, their voices bright against the steady hum of traffic. The city feels fully alive, yet not rushed, a place where time flows like the sea. Steady, forgiving, endless. You stop at a cafe on a quiet corner. The chairs are painted turquoise, and the tables are small, shaded by vines. You order another tea, black, strong, slightly sweet. The glass warms your hands as you sit back and watch Batumi move. Life here is unhurried. Even the wind seems to take its time. You realize something. Batumi isn't a city you rush through. It's a city you breathe in. And with every breath, it teaches you how to slow down, to notice, to rest. By the time the sun reaches its highest point, Batumi shimmers like a mirage. The sky above is sharp and bright, the air thick with warmth. The waves crash more loudly now, their foam glowing white against the deep blue water. The palm leaves rustle lazily in the wind, and everything, the people, the sea, the sound, seems to slow down just a little more. You find yourself back near Europe Square, where the statue of Medea stands tall, holding the golden fleece high above her head. Around her, fountains sparkle in the midday sun, and the surrounding buildings reflect the light like polished mirrors. You sit on the steps and watch life move around you. Children chasing pigeons, an artist sketching, a musician strumming a guitar under the shade of a tree. The air hums with quiet joy. Lunch hour begins, and the smell of Georgian food fills the streets. Khinkali steaming in large pots, grilled fish sizzling over open flames, and the faint sweetness of honeyed desserts. You follow your senses to a small family-run restaurant tucked into a corner street. Inside, the light filters through lace curtains, painting the tables in soft patterns. The owner greets you with a smile and a gentle "Gamar Joba." You sit by the window, order a plate of ajip sandali, roasted vegetables in olive oil and herbs, and a glass of cold tarragon lemonade. The first bite is warm and rich, full of flavor but somehow light. The food, like the city, feels balanced, humble and beautiful. You take your time eating, watching the street outside. Cat sleeps on the doorstep. A man delivers fresh bread on his bicycle. The sound of laughter drifts from another table. There's no hurry here, only rhythm. After lunch, you wander through the old district again. The cobblestones are hot under the sun, and the air smells faintly of figs and mint. You pause at a bookshop where the door stands open. Inside, the cool air smells of paper and dust. You run your fingers along the spines. Books in Georgian, Russian, English, French. The shopkeeper nods with a kind smile. There's peace in this small exchange, in the quiet language of presence. When you step back outside, the world feels golden. The sound of the waves returns, echoing through the alleys. You walk toward the harbor, where the boats now glitter under the full sun. The water is dazzling, so bright it almost hurts to look at. The horizon blurs slightly, and for a moment, you can't tell where the sea ends and the sky begins. You sit on the stone wall by the pier, feet dangling above the water. A soft wind rises from the sea, carrying the faint scent of lemon and salt. The city hums gently behind you, alive but never overwhelming. You close your eyes, feeling the warmth of the sun on your face, the rhythm of the waves beneath. There's something about Batumi at midday that feels eternal, a kind of stillness hidden beneath the brightness. The city seems to whisper that everything will be fine, that every breath, every sound, every shimmer of light belongs exactly where it should. You take another deep breath, and for a moment it feels like the sea itself is breathing with you. As the sun begins its slow descent once more, Batumi changes its color palette. The midday brightness softens into shades of amber and rose, and the city exhales a long, gentle sigh. The waves along the Black Sea shimmer in the fading light, reflecting hints of pink and gold. You walk along the boulevard, feeling the warmth of the day linger on your skin, mixed with the cool caress of the evening breeze. The palms sway gently above you, their shadows dancing lightly on the pavement. The cafes hum quietly now, fewer voices than in the busy hours of the day. A soft jazz tune drifts through the air from one of the open windows, blending perfectly with the sound of the waves. Couples stroll hand in hand, stopping occasionally to watch the sea or the colorful lights reflecting off the wet promenade. You pause by the dancing fountain, now illuminated by soft, multicolored lights. Water arcs gracefully through the air, catching the last sunlight and the first hints of lamplight, creating a gentle prism of color. Walking further, you pass the Ali and Nino statue once more. The figures glint in the fading light as they move slowly toward and away from each other in their endless dance. You find yourself captivated by their silent story, by the quiet rhythm of their motion, as if they are breathing in time with the sea itself. The waves crash softly against the shore behind them, steady and comforting, a lullaby for the city. The old streets of Batumi glow with a softer light now. Street lamps begin to flicker on, casting golden pools of illumination onto the cobblestones. Shop windows reveal quiet displays of handcrafted goods and colorful souvenirs. A baker pulls fresh bread from the oven, and the smell drifts out into the warm evening air. Children's laughter echoes faintly from a nearby square, mixing with the distant calls of seagulls returning to roost. As you reach the harbor, the boats sway gently against their ropes. Their lights twinkle like tiny stars on the water, mirroring the emerging constellations above. The Batumi lighthouse casts a slow, comforting beam across the harbor. The reflection of its light on the waves creates a mesmerizing dance, soft and rhythmic. You sit on the stone wall, your legs dangling slightly, and simply watch the world settle into evening. From the hills behind the city, the botanical garden is bathed in twilight, its green expanses turning a deep, velvety shade under the last rays of the sun. The air here is fragrant with pine and earth, cooler and slightly damp. The faint sound of waves reaches up to you, combined with the whisper of leaves rustling in the wind. Batumi at dusk feels timeless, as if it has existed this way for centuries, quietly holding its beauty and serenity. The light fades gradually, and the city's heartbeat slows. You notice the subtle details: the glint of a cafe window, the shimmer of a fountain, the gentle sway of a palm frond. Everything feels soft, harmonious, and alive in its gentleness. The day ends, but the peace lingers. As night approaches, you feel a sense of calm, as if the city itself is inviting you to rest. The rhythm of the waves, the twinkle of lights, and the gentle evening breeze combine to create a quiet lullaby. Batumi becomes a haven of tranquility, a perfect place to pause, breathe, and simply be. Night descends fully over Batumi, wrapping the city in a quiet embrace. The sky turns a deep indigo, scattered with stars that glimmer faintly over the Black Sea. The waves continue their steady rhythm, whispering soft secrets to the shore. The city is hushed now, alive in gentle, slow movements, a whisper rather than a roar. You wander through the promenade one last time, where the soft glow of street lamps illuminates your path. The Ferris wheel spins slowly, its lights reflecting in the water and casting a dreamy glow across the nearby buildings. A few late strollers pass by, speaking softly, their steps in time with the gentle pulse of the city. The air is cool now, tinged with salt and faint traces of jasmine from the boulevard's gardens. The Ali and Nino statue shines under its dedicated lighting, moving quietly in its endless dance. Watching it, you feel the story of love, connection, and patience that seems to echo through all of Batumi. The sea behind it whispers a lullaby, timeless, steady, calming. You take a seat nearby, letting your mind drift with the motion of the waves and the subtle glow of the city lights. The old streets feel mystical in the night. Cobblestones are softened by shadows, and narrow alleyways lead to quiet squares where the fountains trickle gently. A faint melody plays somewhere. A violin, a piano, the soft hum of a guitar, blending with the waves and wind. Everything in the city seems to be moving in a slow, harmonious rhythm, designed to soothe and quiet the heart. From the harbor, you watch the lights on boats shimmer like stars on the water. The lighthouse casts a steady beam, like a guardian watching over the peaceful city. The smell of salt and earth mixes with distant fragrances of night-blooming flowers. It's a moment of perfect balance, where the city and nature blend seamlessly, calming both body and soul. The botanical garden is a dark silhouette against the night sky, quiet except for the occasional rustle of leaves. From this distance, Batumi appears timeless, as though each building, street, and wave has existed in gentle harmony for centuries. The city's modern elements, glass towers, bustling squares, coexist effortlessly with nature, creating a sanctuary that invites quiet reflection. You walk slowly back along the boulevard, listening to the faint hum of the sea and the soft whispers of the wind through the palm trees. The city's lights shimmer on the water's surface, creating a peaceful dance of color. You take a deep breath, feeling the calm settle into your chest, and let your thoughts drift like the waves along the shore. Batumi at night is a lullaby made real. Its rhythm, its gentle sounds, and its soft lights guide your mind into stillness. As you close your eyes, the city seems to breathe with you. Slow, calm, eternal. And in this quiet, you feel at home, carried gently into dreams by the sea, the lights, and the soft embrace of the night.